It's supposed to be silly.
They expect
it to be silly, Mark.
Well, it's not.
They expect it to be silly.
To be. I'm going to use that.
What's up, Alphas? It's close to Halloween. Hope you got your spooky scaries. Don't down thumbs this video because my husband's an idiot. Today, we're going to be going outside and shooting some really cool marketing photos. I want to show you guys how I personally shoot my marketing photos because I know that there's a lot of alphas out there who say, I just don't have any ideas. I don't have any props. I don't know what to do. And I never have any weird props or things for my own product photography. We just go out in the yard. So this is going to be a really weird video of me just kind of playing in the grass and playing around outside and Mark recording.
I'm the camera guy.
Mark recording me, guys, and enjoy us taking some photos, and hopefully this inspires you to get some really cool marketing ideas out for the holidays, because as we know, 2020 is going to be the absolute best year on Etsy ever. So this area isn't very good because there's so many like dapple spots to like shoot. And
yeah.
There's too many sunspots, and products look really good like in person in the sun, but in fact, let's take them over to the sunlight and we can kind of show them the difference. So here it is in the shade on camera. It looks very pretty. Now let's see what happens on camera when we take it into direct sunlight. Now in person, this looks really pretty, but on camera, the dark spots are very dark, the light spots are very light, and
you get very hard, very sharp shadows.
Yeah, see, the shadows are very sharp, and that's not what you want on product photos. Now let's do the shadows one more time over in the shade. Now look at how the shadows are here in the shade. They're not so bad, and we can actually see the colors on this stone. This is especially important if you're doing anything fabric. I've seen people with soap make this very common mistake, where their soap colors just look really washed out and grimy. Silver jewelry especially can get really washed out, but pretty much I don't think that there are any products that should be shot in direct sunlight. So this rock right here is probably my favorite place to take photos. You'll notice that I use it in a lot of my marketing photos. I don't know what's up with this rock. Mark, this was in your...
I have no idea.
Your grandma put this here, and it's a very strange looking rock. Get over here so they can see how holy it is. Can you guys see that? It's very holy. Maybe if you like stood with your body this way, right there, perfect, because now you can record and we'll get the benefit of the shade from your handsome broad shoulders. You guys didn't get to see that, but he flew.
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh, did they?
I got the shadow.
Oh, okay. All right, so I'm going to focus on just a few products today because we're just going to be doing teaser photos. My hands are already dirty. And these photos we're just going to use to kind of show off some of these new pieces and get people who are on my email list and who follow me on social media, get them really excited. So we've got our nice shady spot. I don't want to show them the full products. I just want to show them a little piece, which we can kind of edit the photos. But ultimately, these are teasers, so we don't want too much shown. We got to keep a little bit of mystery because this builds excitement. So I am using my NIKON Coolpix L820. I do have a DSLR, but I find that the NIKON Coolpix L820 is still my favorite camera to use for product photography. Mark, how much are these?
I can't remember. A couple $100 maybe at most.
Pretty cheap.
You can usually find them on sale for pretty cheap.
Yeah, cheaper than a DSLR if you want a quick workaround and you don't want to learn how to use a DSLR. So I am going to zoom in on this product and get a couple really nice angles. And what I recommend doing is taking way more photos than you think that you'll need. Because odds are a lot of them you're not going to be able to use. And Mark knows this especially because he's usually the one to edit our listing photos. And sometimes there are just some photos that he absolutely cannot use, and I have to go reshoot them because the lighting is bad or the angle is bad, or it doesn't look like a blurry photo on our small display screen, but then when you blow it up on your computer, it looks really blurry. So there's one. I like this rock because it's got a little bit of lichen growing on it, and it's got this nice green hue. It looks really pretty for green and blue stones. But now I think for our fall leaves and our Halloween keys, we could change up the area and find somewhere else with a more warm palette. We've got a lot of pink granite stones that line our area here that might be good. Lots of dead leaves. I think that that's what I want to use. Ooh, look here. Here's a nice piece of bark, and we could get a couple little pieces of leaves to kind of put around, and maybe a piece of this mulch here. And let's do this for one of our warmer toned fall keys. So I've got this one that has leaves and orange stones. I'll give it a quick polish on my jeans because they tend to get a little dusty. There we go. Make it look natural, not too much foliage around. All right. Ooh, that one turned out really dark. That actually might be cool. Lots of different angles.
Yeah, most of the time it's easier to lighten things up than it is to make them dark.
Yeah. All right, so there's that. Let's go over here and try to find a different area. So another thing that I see a lot of Etsy sellers do is they try to throw in like weird little props, and we've got all these Halloween decorations and fake flowers that we could probably use for marketing photos. There are some situations where that works, but because we're going to be editing these photos so heavily, I think that we want to keep things to the bare minimum, and when I actually get into editing, you guys will see a little bit more about that, because we can make them look seasonal without throwing in all this weird, you know, like pumpkins and artificial flowers and things. So let's try to find a nice shady spot. We've got lots of dead leaves already, not because of fall, but because it's so darn hot in Ohio right now. So let's try to find a little shady spot. Neighbors think that I'm crazy. You know, the neighbors have thought that I was crazy since like 2012 though, when I started hanging keys in trees and taking photos of them. I like to, here's a little tip for anybody who does jewelry and you take photos in trees. I stretch the chain out, because if you don't, when the wind blows, you get this action and trying to stop the key just to get a good photo. So I try to find a low-hanging branch where I can give it a nice spread chain, and it makes it a lot easier to get that product to stand still.
And I would take a few more photos than you normally would on an extra windy day, since the product shaking around will create a little bit of blur. And you'll get a bunch of different shine spots in the stones. You might find one that you like more than another.
Absolutely, yeah. Already a couple of these that I've taken have not turned out. But experiment with different angles. I'm doing some where I've got the sky in the background, but then I'm doing some where I only have the tree, and I've got a lot of different editing opportunities there to play with. I'll get some up close. In fact, since I'm only photographing the top of the key for now, I can actually hold it. There we go. That's done. Now look down here at the roots. Right here in this spot. There's a couple bird seeds around, but I think that this spot right here looks really cool with the moss.
Good natural shot.
Yeah. These are the keys that I've chosen to kind of showcase to get people excited, but These are only a few of the keys that we're going to be launching for this collection. These just are the ones that I think my audience will respond the best to. So let's get us a nice angle. It's always really hard when I have dangling chains. It's okay. All right, let's see. Get on the ground, roll around. I almost like this dead grass here. It gives like a straw vibe. And you know, I think I might take photos of the wolf key in the same area, because we could always edit them a little bit differently and make the area look totally different just by editing it a little bit different. Because I really like this moss. And I feel like the silver is gonna stand out really nice.
Oh yeah.
Could you stand this way? Just there we go. Yeah, your shadow's perfect.
Yeah, just scoot in just a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, that's much better. Okay, let's see. Get down in the grass here. A couple different angles.
One thing I will say with taking pictures like this, with things like the moss underneath silver, is you will have to account for color reflections on things like metals.
Yeah.
Green hues and things in silver can be kind of a pain in the butt, but
You can desaturate those super easy in iPicky.
yeah.
Now, if there's a little bit of sky, like blue, reflected in your silver metal, I actually like a little bit of blue in the silver. I think that it looks really nice and flattering. It makes it look a little bit crisp. But yellows, oranges, browns, and greens usually don't look very good in silver metal. And then, you know, I recommend usually desaturating those areas and trying to take out all of the color. All right, I think that we have enough for teasers. Now I just need to edit them. Whew! That was fun. Wasn't that fun?
That was fun.
Wasn't
we had
that-
to change our clothes when we came back.
We
in.
did. We had to
We
change
changed them before we went out, and then we changed them again when we came back.
Absolutely. That's exactly what happened. That was so much fun. So I hope that this video has given you guys some really fun ideas. Hopefully we can do a video of maybe me editing some of those photos so they can kind of see how I edit them. But I hope that this has at least given you a little bit of insight into those photos. Let's do a quick roll of some edited photos that we've done. It'll be really
I'm gonna leave that all in.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you are new here. And if you don't have it already, make sure that you grab my Black Friday survival guide down below, because this is the exact checklist that I use to personally prep my own Etsy shop for the holidays. Not only that, but you're also going to get my top secret double dip strategy video, which will not teach you how to double dip at the family gatherings this holiday without getting yelled at by your weird uncle.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. That's nasty.
That's gross.
That's nasty. Nasty. But it will teach you how to stack a sale and a coupon, because technically on Etsy you can't do that, but I do have a little hack that will teach you how, and people love coupon stacking.
Coupons.
So, coupon. So be sure to check that link out down below. Check out the last video that we created talking about the big Black Friday rush that we're expecting this year. Tune in every single Friday to hang out with us at the Friday Bean, where we answer your questions live. And be sure to call your mom today. Call her. When was the last time you called your mom, or your grandma, or your dad, or your kids? Call them.
Call somebody.
Call somebody.
Call somebody who loves you.
Call somebody. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.